Good afternoon, guys. It's crafting time with Cassie. I was working on this treehouse log the other day, so it's raining outside. So I'm gonna do a little crafting. You guys could jump on if you want to. If not, a girl's gonna be here doing what she do. I'm using some of this wood glue, guys, to glue down my pieces. It's an interesting project, guys. I'm a crafty woman, so I like to get in here and make stuff happen from scratch. And the good thing about this project, guys, you're not supposed to buy anything from the store. You have to use the things that are in your house or from nature outside. So I'm not going to buy anything from this for this project. I'm going to look in the junk that I have, and we're going to make this tree log house come alive. That's what I do. I want it to come alive without spending money at the store and buying little products. I'm going to use what I have, and I'm going to make it work for myself. So if you want to come on in, come on in. You know, because Cassie's getting ready to get down and what? Busy. You want to go out? Go ahead. All right, where's my glasses? So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to position them the way I want them to go. That's what I'm doing. So when I glue them down, I have a direct pinpoint of where I want to glue my little houses down on this log. So that takes a little moment to do. They were positioned before, but of course it fell down because it's not glued. So I glued this one just to see if that wood glue works. And so far so good. It's working pretty good. Okay, good. That one's up. Now what I'm going to do, guys, I want to paint a little bit. Then I'm going to make a little waterfall here in the middle. Like it's a little waterfall coming down right here. The house is going to be stand up right like that. I'm going to use these acorns as trees. I'm going to paint a little green on the edges, and they're going to be plopped in here too. This project, you don't buy anything. You use what you have in your possession. Turn the volume up. Make sure the volume's up. And we got volume. All right, so let me get my paints and everything, because Cassie's getting ready to do what she do, baby. I love crafting, so that's what I'm going to do. Y'all can come along if you want to come along. What?
What do you see something?
Oh, that's my tree log house. So I'm positioning where they should go. I'm going to paint them in a minute. This is going to be like a little waterfall thing coming down. These are going to be the trees plopped in between the houses. That's a church. It's pretty cool, right? Hmm? No, this is, yeah, this is going to be like, right. Some, I'm thinking about making, you see, with this project, you don't need to buy anything. You use what you have in the house. So I figure I'll take some rice and paint it green and make it look like grass. That's what I'm thinking about doing. You know, you use what you have.
Like this to make it look like.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. It's too crunchy.
Like water down here
No, I'm gonna put the water here. Absolutely, I just told you that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint a little waterfall. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark these, make sure I have them in the right position where I want them, so when I put them back, I know exactly where I'm gonna place my mark to put my prop. That's gonna be like that. That's gonna be there, like that. Keep them in line so I know what I'm doing with them. Put a mark right here. Because that big one goes there. And this one is already here, so I'm going to leave that there. It's already glued. You know, you have to test out this wood glue just to see if it's going to work for you. So I've done that. So let's get some paint out, guys. I'm going to get ready to paint this and see how it looks. Let's get some paint. Paint. Let's see if I can find all the things that I need to get this little project rolling. Rolling on a river. Rolling. All right, I have some paint right here. So I'm going to look in here and see what I have to make this little waterfall right here. Whoops. And we just had a boo-boo. You try to get one thing and everything else falls down. All right, that's my music. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have in these paints right here. You guys see? Can I raise it up a little bit more? Let's see. I think you could see. All right, cool. So I'm going to look for a nice color to make this waterfall. So I'm going to do that first. So I figure some of this paint right here will do good. Definitely some white. Definitely some dark blue. It's going to be like a crystal type of white looking lake. So I'll try this, maybe this blue here. So I'm going to give that a whirl and see how it goes. So what I need to do is put some newspaper here because I am going to be painting. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to lift this up so I don't mess up my calendar and everything. Put the paints over here. Get my little newspaper and cover my area. Okay, lift this up. Down a little bit so you can see. There we go. And there we go. That's cool. So I got all my little marks for my houses. So I'm cool with that. So that's 1, 2, 3. I got 1, 2, 3 of the houses here. Now what I did, I took a black marker. So I'm going to mark some windows and stuff. Pre-do that, like a door and a window. And I'm also going to make a roof that goes on top of here too. So this one, let me see, 1, 2. This one goes here. Yeah, that one goes there. So you make a little door. See there? Voila. And make a couple of windows up here. And another window here. Voila. Simple and easy. Okay. So, let's get our brushes. I got some brushes over here. And let me get a couple of napkins. Now let me see what type of brush I want to make this come alive. I think I like this one. I'm going to get some fresh water. and put it in one of these containers so I can rinse my brush off. Okay, here we go. All right, got a little water here. So when I go into the next color, I got my water here. Gonna rinse off my painted brush. And let me see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put some colors on here that I possibly gonna use for the waterfall. So I figure I use this dark blue. Just shake up your paint just like that. And go ahead and put some dark blue. Let's open this up. Put you some dark blue right here. Okay. Gonna put some light blue. Okay, that's enough of that. And then get some white. Oh, this paint is really stuck in here. Now I need a little bit of white. Alright, so napkin. And here we go, guys. Getting ready to do a little bit of painting. See how this works out. All right, got my 4 eyes on. Bam. All right, let's pull this down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this little stream. Actually, it's not a waterfall. It's going to be like a stream. So I'm going to dip my paint in this little blue right here and go along the rock creases. And we're going to make believe it's like a stream coming down. This is going to go all into this crevices right here. Put it this way so you can see better. put it all in the crevices where it looks like water is just flowing down. All right, that's looking good. So I'm going to get it on this side because the stream not only goes one direction, it could fall another direction too. You know, you got to use your imagination when you're doing projects, especially when you're doing projects from scratch. You picked up elements from outside and you see a possibility in that element. You bring it inside. Maybe you have different things in your house to make it come alive. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm not going to buy anything from this project. Everything was found from outside. And when I need to make it alive and come realistic, I'll look into the junk that I have inside the house and put this house log together without buying a thing from the store. That's the whole idea. You know, you're saving money on a project that you're going to love in the end. So this is what I've done so far. See there? I don't know if you can see it. I'm making a stream. So it's going to be, ooh, I got my water. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a lighter blue because sometimes streams have different colors in it. It's just not one color. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. And then I'm going to start with another color. For this project, guys, you need a lot of napkins. Trust and believe, napkins are your friends. I'll get an old rag, which I'll probably go get an old rag so I can just keep washing my brushes. So now I'm going to go in with the blue. So I'm going to find a smaller brush and go in with the lighter blue. I think I like this one. Clean that off a little bit. And pat dry. And I'm going to go in with the blue. Try to make it realistic as much as possible. Then last but not least, you go in with the white. I like how that's looking. Okay, I like the way that's looking. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of white. So I have my white here, and I don't need that much. See, when you're doing a stream and you add a little white, it's like the bubbles of the stream. You know, the water clashing together, you get those bubbles. And that's what the white is going to represent. Especially at the bottom. You know, when the water falls to the bottom of its surface, you're going to get that white, that bubble white look. So you definitely want to take care of the bottom of this log, give it that type of effect. And you're just doing it sporadically. You're not trying to paint the whole thing white. I think I've got it. I think I got it, guys. All right, let me turn it around and see what you think. So I'm finished with this paint right here. Done. So there you go. This is the stream with the water flow. See there? I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and I think it looks great. All right, so we have our stream. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the houses and I'm going to paint around it a little bit. Give it a little identification. So you can take your same blue, or you can use other colors. You can have a purple door. You can have any type of door that you choose to have, because it's your house. So what I'm going to do, this is supposed to be a church. I'm going to head and draw the door. I just wanted to prop this up and make sure that glue did what it did. So I'm going to go ahead and make a door for the church, so the church people could come in and have Sunday service, guys. That's how we're going to do it. And there we go. Usually the churches don't have windows. It's like nice and dark, like a mellow look when you walk into the church. Very seldom do you see an open window where you can look out a window in the church. It's either have the stained glass on it or it's enclosed where you can't see through it. So I'm going to pick a different color to paint these up. Then I'm going to prop them up here. So a red door is always good. I like a red door. What y'all think? Red makes a statement, so I definitely like red. So I'm put a little bit of red paint here and go ahead and paint those doors. Alright, take this off right here. Get a clean brush. And let's do it all over again. Red always makes a statement. Always makes a statement. Look at that. Nice red door. Beautiful. Oh, just made a boo-boo. All right, let me get a towel because I'm making a little bit of mess here. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay, you're going to make boo-boos when you're painting. I'll tell you that. Everything is not going to go as smoothly as you think when you're working in a small space, you know? The space is really small, but I'm going to let it do what it do. So I'm going to paint all the doors red, give it a nice welcoming statement. Okay. All right, it's getting there. We have another red door right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so put this one here. Let it dry. So I have this one here. I'm going to do the same thing. All the doors are going to be red. Making a statement with the red. Welcome to my home with the red door. Come on in. Come on in. Come on into Cassie's place with the red door. Painting is so relaxing to me, guys. I don't know if you ever painted before, but it puts you in this therapeutic zone where you're just truly relaxed in what you're doing. I love painting. I really do. I'm not the greatest painter, but I'm not the worst either. I like to do things that relaxes the mind, especially when you're older. You know, you need to pick up some hobbies that you love. Maybe knitting, crocheting, a little painting, a little woodwork. You know, find a nice hobby to get your brain cells even more elevated. You know, when you learn something new, it helps your brain elevate itself. It makes new brain cells. me get me a little water real quick. So we got us another red door. Red, red, red. Okay, so let that dry a little bit. So even the church is going to have a red door. Why not? So we're going to do the church. It's going to have a red door too. All of them are going to have red doors. So I'm going to slide this over a little bit and try to do this as best as possible because it is on this log already. This is the one that I tested with the wood glue to see if it does glue the wood on wood. And it absolutely does, guys. You just got to hold it down for like 3 minutes. Let it go and let it dry by itself. Trying to be careful with this one because it is propped up. So not bad. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. There we go. Yo. And we got us a red door, look, on our church. Can you see it? There we go. So that worked out really good. Got a red door on our church. The church is happy. It's coming alive, yes. So now I want to make this one a stained glass window. So I'm also going to use some red, of course. Going to make this like a stained glass window on the church. Because, you know, churches don't really have things that you look into, the windows. Because, you know, privacy. They want you to worship God 100% in privacy. You know what I mean? You don't want people looking in the window. Oh, look at who's in the church. No. You don't do that. So I'm going to try to do this as best as possible. I'm going to have to lean it a lot more towards me to make sure I get this circle really good. You know, being that it's some rough wood with this, it's kind of hard to really get in there and paint it right. Because the wood is like all over the place. Okay, I like that so far. Alright, that's looking good to me. So now I'm going to wipe my brush. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of blue. A little bit of blue, don't hurt nobody. Let me get a little bit more water. All right, I'm back. Okay. Now, you need plenty of napkins for this job, guys. Trust and believe. All right, so got my brush all washed off. So I'm going to go in with some blue. Try to make this little stained glass look. You know, little decorations. Then I'm going to go in with the darker blue. All right. So that's good enough for me. Just giving it a little stained glass look. Something simple, something easy. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So, that's that. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Make sure that's down on the glue. So that's our little church. Church is going to have a roof. Okay. So I'm going to go back and fill in these windows, guys. I think I want, it's going to be colorful. I'm looking at color. So I think I'm going to make the windows have a little bit of yellow. Why not? Yellow is a beautiful color. Yellow goes with red. You know what I mean? So why not just do the doggone thing? It's your paint work. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, go with a little yellow. Yellow, yellow. Okay. Do the other one the same way. And we got some windows. Bam. So that's going to go like that. So all of them are going to be the same. Not that they're the same houses, but they're going to be different in dimension. All right, cool. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I'm going to let that dry. So I have this one to do. Last but not least, give these some yellow windows as well. Okay. All right, looking good. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you have your windows. So you let that dry a little bit. Okay, so I've done this. Actually, I'm going to put a little yellow on here just to pop it because this is like a window stained glass for the church. So you can put a little yellow on there to pop it. Make it look even more stained glass. There we go. I think that works pretty good. So I'm going to clean this brush. Those are drying. So next thing I'm going to do, these are going to be the trees. So I'm going to pop this bottom off right here. I'm going to use these here and try to pop this off, because I don't need that part. And one more. So now with this one, I'm going to use the green. Just to put the greens on the little tips. I'm not going to do the whole tree green. Just to give it a tree effect of some type of green color. So I'm going to look at my paint and see what I can find that's green. And voila, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. So all these other colors I'm done with. I could put these back. I don't need these anymore. All right, cool. Put the yellow back. I don't need that. Tell me all of our little paints here. Also the red. All right, so let's work with our green, because I'm going to be needing a lot of green. So I'll let these dry over here, the little houses, and get these trees going on. All right, got that green on there. So take your little brush, the same one that you use to make the doors and the windows. I'm going to use that to make the trees. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going on the little edges here. I'm not trying to paint the whole acorn, just to give it a little green effect on the edges right here. See there? Like that. Maybe like that. You don't have to be fancy with it. We just wanted to give it a little bit of a green effect. That's it. See there? Make sure you get the bottom of it too. Doesn't have to be fancy at all. Just trying to make it realistically to look like a tree as much as possible. That's the idea. That's the goal. See how it's looking? It's kind of got that tree look, right? After I added that green. Doesn't have to be fancy. I'm just trying to cover as much as the little thing as you can, front and the back. Just like that. See there? Bam. So I'm going to let this dry over here. Matter of fact, let me get another piece of newspaper and let it dry on the floor. Okay, I'm going to put this on the floor, let it dry while I do the other ones. So we got one down. Put a little bit more of this green because I have two more to go. Okay, so let's get it popping. And get the top in between there. All right, it's looking good, looking like a tree, right? Okay, down to the bottom of it. Like I said, you don't have to do the whole thing, but try to get inside of these little grooves right here, just to give it a little realistic look, like it is a tree. And I think I like what I see. So, there we go. I'm going to move on to the next one. Let this one dry. Okay. It's got one more to go, which is not a bigger one. It's a small one. So this one shouldn't take as long as the bigger ones. Okay, almost done. Just cleaning up the back, giving it a little bit of green. Just like that. Simple and easy. No problem. It's getting done very fast. Put some on the top. Get these little grooves right here. And voila. We have another tree. Bam. Alright, so I'm going to let these dry. In the meantime, so I'm going to clean off this brush. I don't need that any. Actually, I could put some grass around it while I do have that green. But I can always come back once I prop those on there. I'll put a little green grass around there. Make it look realistic. Okay. So I'm done with the green, but I'm going to keep it out because I might be using it again. I'm going to put this in here. Alright, so now what I want to do, I want to start propping up my props. Now, I put some little markers here. Now, I put little markers here because they were propped up, but they were not glued. So now I know where my position is, where I want my prop to be because of these markers right here. And I'll have them all lined up where they were before. So I'm going to prop them right back in the same place. So I'm going to take some of my glue. This is the Gorilla Wood Glue. So I'm going to squeeze some out on this napkin. Make sure it comes out the way I need it to come out. Sometimes you have to open this groove because it gets like glued up. And you got to open it up so it can come out properly. So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. Bam. So now it should squeeze out very smoothly. Let's see. Let's test it. Yep. It's doing good. All right. So our prop is here. A little mark. I'm going to put some glue here. Then I'm also... Hold on. Make sure that I get all over my prop and hold it down. You got to hold it for a few minutes, guys, until it catches on. That's just how it is. There's no other way around it. Sometimes this could be a little time consuming because you are using a glue that needs to be propped up with your hand in order for it to catch. So that's where the time consuming part comes in. Because you want to make sure. And you can also use a blow dryer to help you out. If you want your glue to like adhere faster, use a blow dryer. And then it should stick faster, you know? Sometimes it's better to me to use the glue stick and get it out the way. Because sometimes this takes a while to dry. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm trying to get it where it stands on its own. I wish I had some type of a clamp that I could just clamp it and I don't have to hold it. Because this might take a minute. And this wood glue might take a minute. Wasn't as easy as this one. Maybe if I do it like that. Let me find something to prop it. Let me see what's good to prop this up. I think I'm going to try a different method with this. Because to me, the wood glue takes too long to dry. I think I'm going to use the glue gun. The glue gun might be my best friend in this situation right here. Because this takes too long. Oh. Yeah, I think I might use the glue gun. Because this is taking forever to adhere to the wood. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my glue gun. I'm going to get my glue gun. Because this little thing here is taking a little bit too long for me. So I'm going to find my glue gun, find the sticks, and try it that way and see if it works for me. Alright, got my glue gun. I'm going to plug it up and see if this is a better thing for me because this is taking entirely too long for Cassie. So let me find an extension cord and get this thing rolling. Let's see if I can find a cord, guys. This extension cord. That's not one. I know I had one. Alright, I'm going to put this in here and then try it a different way. Because this is taking forever for me, that part. So I got my glue gun all heating up right now. I'm going to try it a different way. Because this glue is not working for me, guys. It's going to take forever for it to stick to the wood. So sometimes you have to try a different way. What might work for you a little bit better. And I think the glue stick is going to work a lot better. Because this right here, oh my God, I'll be holding this all night. And I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to try the glue stick and see if it does a great job for me. But this is not doing good at all. Not the glue, wood glue. All right. So I'm going to let that get ready, and then I'm going to try a different way. Keep the fingers crossed, guys. Keep it crossed for me. So I'm trying to let the glue stick heat up, and then we're going to try this new way. I'm also going to reinforce this one too. I used the wood glue for this one, which it worked. Maybe it was a more better surface, but it actually worked on this piece right here. So I don't know. All right, I think it might be ready. I see it oozing out. Give this a try. All right, guys, here goes nothing. Keep the fingers crossed for me. And here we go. Hey, I think it worked. I think it worked, guys. Oh my God, thank God. I think it worked. All right, so I'm gonna take the next piece and do the same thing. So this one is gonna go here. Okay, so take our little glue stick. I would have used this from the beginning, but I didn't think it would work. But obviously it does work. So go with your first thought, guys. Always go with your first thought, because your first thought is actually the correct thought. I should have went with this glue stick, and it's doing what it needs to do. Quick and easy. Look at that. Voila. Ta-da. Beautiful. So I'm going to reinforce this one with the glue stick. There we go. Look, simple and easy. Now I'm on a roll. So, I have the last house. This one's going to go over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue, just like I did the other ones, on here, just like that. Look how easy. Oh my God. I should have used the glue stick in the first place, guys. Oh my God. I put myself through all that trouble using the wood glue, spent money with Amazon. Such a waste when I have a glue gun, and it's working for me just perfectly. All right, the treehouse log is looking beautiful. All right, so this, I don't even want to see this anymore. This was a failure for me. I use it on a different project. It'll work, but not this project. It didn't do a thing for me, guys. All right, so. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to turn it around and let you guys see what it looked like. So now what I want to do, I want to make roof. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and we're going to make some roof for the houses here. What's a house without a roof? Tell me. What if it rains? You're going to get wet. You got to have a roof. All right, so I'm going to put my glue gun over here. And let's prop our little trees up. Well, I got this glue gun out. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So you take some glue, put it on the back of your tree, and we're gonna prop that up too. Wow, this thing is nice and hot. And here we go. Now it's still a little wet. Gotta hold it down a little bit. Gonna have to let it dry and let it adhere to the wood before I let my hand go. So I gotta hold it in place for a minute, let that glue dry, and we'll move on to the next one. But actually, I think I need a flatter surface. I may have to cut this a little bit more just to get a better, flatter surface so it can adhere a lot better to the wood. So I'm just holding it in place, letting the glue dry. Gotta hold it in place a little bit more because I did use a lot of glue, guys. So you gotta let that dry a little bit. But once it's dry, it's gonna be perfect. Voila, are you looking at that? Bam shalam. We have a tree that's standing on a log, and that's what we want. So I'm going to take another tree and put it on the opposite end. But I think I'm going to flatten this just a little bit more so I can get a flatter surface. So I'm going to take this and try to flatten this in a little bit. Just get it as flat as you can. So when you glue it, make sure it adheres a lot better to the surface. Alright, so I'm going to take some of my glue, put one on the other end, let's put a good heaping of it, make sure it's going to stick good. So here we go. This is going to go on this end by the church. So just hold it in place a little bit until it dries, and it should be good. Just hold it in place, let it dry a little bit, and we're going to have us two trees, guys. let that glue dry by twisting it, holding it in place. It just takes a few minutes. We're going to get it rolling over here. We're going to get it. It's almost there. Almost dry. Just a little bit more, and we should be in business. Just a little bit more. Let's see if that stays. Still needs a little bit more drying time. But it's going to get there, guys. You got to have patience with certain things. Let's see if that works. Are you going to work? All right, a little bit more drying space. You know, when you're doing this, the trees, and you're trying to adhese it with the glue to the wood, you really need a more flat surface, and then you wouldn't have any problem with this at all. Let's see what that does. See if it moves. I think I have it, guys. Voila. Still going to let that dry a little bit because it's still loose with the glue. But so far it's staying. Thank God. Ooh. Some of these things give you a lot of little trouble. But you just got to hang in there and it'll work for you. All right, cool. So that's dry. So I'm going to put my glue away for now because I will be using it again. I'm going to make the roof. So I got some cardboard. I have a box over here. So you got to remember, with this project, you're not buying anything. You're using everything that you have in your house. You're not buying anything from the store to make this project. Use what you have. I got this log from the park. I got these little branches here from the park. I got these acorns from the park, which is my trees. I painted them up to make them look like little houses, and you glue them on. I bought nothing. I spent 0 dime to do this little project. 0. You got to use your imagination and just make things happen for you. All right, so it's looking good to me. I want you guys to see this when I'm done. So now I'm going to take this box. This is a box that my cat food came in. Okay? So I'm going to cut this up, and I'm going to make a roof over here. So the house can have a nice little roof, guys. What's a house without a roof? You got to have it. You got to have a roof. All right, so you can't see this part, but I'm cutting out this little flat to make a roof. Okay, got one piece right here. So I'm going to lay that down. Then I'm going to go and do some more. Cut up this long piece right here. You can't see it because I have no space to lay this down on the table so you can see what I'm doing. So I'll show you as soon as I cut this piece out. Okay, I cut it out. So now I'm going to try to make it as even as possible. So I want to cut off these little pieces right here. We're making a roof for our houses. So go ahead and cut as straight as you can. You know, these are projects that the kids would love. Especially you didn't buy anything for it. You took them to the park. You picked out the elements. You come home. Use your visualization on how you want it, your imagination, and how you want your little project to be. And go ahead and do the doggone thing. All right, cool. All right. So now, I'm going to cut this one a little even. Try to get this roof going on. So even, let me tell you. You know how the roof has those little ridges? So I have a box of macaroni and cheese. Because we're buying nothing. This is stuff that I got out of my pantry. You can use this and make the little ridges on your rooftop. So I was thinking maybe I should do that with some of them. See how it looks. Let's give it a whirl. Why not? Let's try it. See if it looks good. So I'm going to do a little measurement. I'm going to cut this in the middle. Then I'm going to bend it and see how that works to make a roof for our house. You can either bend it like in the middle, and see how that works. I think I like that, yeah. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I think I like the way that looks. Try to get it a little bit more even. Yeah, I love it. Perfect. You have an instant roof. Hey, Glam Glam. Girl, I'm doing my project. You know, I was sanding the wood the other day, right? So now I'm putting the house all together. This is a project where you don't buy anything. You don't buy a thing from the store. You use what you have in your house. Look, I got this mac and cheese, the noodles. I'm going to put it on my roof. You got to improvise, honey. You got to make it as realistic as you can. So, yeah, I think it's coming. Can you see it? Let me see if you can see what I've done. This is a log house, and it has a river. Look. You see it? This is the river that I made coming down. These are the trees. I just painted the edge of them to make them look like a real tree. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to... Not bad, right? Let me see. I love the arts and... Girl, Glam, I love arts and craft too. It's my sanity. You know, living in New York, you got to have an outlet, baby. And this is my outlet. I love arts. But what makes me love it even more, Glam, I take recycled things and I make something out of it. And to me, it's more special than buying your little products from the store. Take what you got around you, your elements, and make something magnificent out of it. So that's my love right there. Like when I do Mother's Day baskets, I would take a jar, make it real pretty. I think I told you that before. And girl, put some candy in there, put some flowers in there, throw a ribbon on there. Happy Mother's Day. And sell it. Yeah. It keeps you busy, but also I've been like this since I was a kid. When I was 7 years old, when I lived in Hawaii, I found that I was very creative, and I used to win a lot of ribbons. So that's in my blood. My father was very creative. He used to be in the shed making rings and necklaces out of spoons and forks. So I got that from him. So I was born with that. I've always been creative. But I stopped it for a while until I got into my late 30s. I picked it up again. And I've been doing it ever since. Because it's my happy place. I love it. If I'm stressed, I'll do some arts. You know, if it's raining outside like it is today, I said, well, let me do my project. You know, why not go on live, kill some time? I don't care if ain't nobody on here. I don't care. Let me tell you something, Glam. I don't care about the numbers up there because I'm going to pretend like it's 1 million people in the room, even though it might be zero. I don't care. I am just killing time, girl, enjoying myself, you know? And that's how you got to think about it when you go live because it's not all the time people going to be there for you, girl. But you got to pretend like you got 1 million people in the room and you still perform your best. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, I'm just trying to get the watch time up. That's all I'm doing. I'm trying to get the watch time up because they keep saying you have to go live in order to make that thing move. You know, I did some research on it last night. Glam, I did research on this in order to make that watch time move, to get that 4,000 watch time that we need. They said even if you don't have anybody in the room, it still counts. Like I had zero, and I'm proud to say it. Damn it, I had zero. Who cares? It still goes up, but it doesn't go as fast. But it still counts. Say like you have a recurrent person, like 5 recurrent people constantly coming to your live, it'll pick it up quicker for your watch time. It'll move to that 4,000 quicker. If you have the recurrent people who are typing and commenting, it goes a little quicker. But girl, everything counts. It don't matter. Everything counts. So yesterday I checked it. It moved just a little bit because I went live every day this week. I didn't miss a day. And it moved up just a little bit. So it does work, Glam. It works. It works if you're consistent. You know? I'm not worried about anybody coming in the room, honey. I'm going to still talk. I'm going to still laugh. I'm going to still do what I do. And because I'm on a mission to get that little thing to move. Just a little tad, you know? So what you doing today, love? You got some plans? What you doing today? You know, it's always good to have somebody on here to talk to. But if you don't talk to nobody, I talk to my damn self. What the hell? I'll talk to myself, Glam. All right, so what I want to do is even this out. What's your plan today? You doing something with the kids? Or y'all just chilling? Let me see what you said. I did some yard. Oh, you did some yard work. Oh man, what type of you got vegetables and stuff in your yard? Flowers? What you got in your yard? I wish I had a backyard. I don't have that. I live in an apartment building. I don't have those things. But I do have a lot of plants that I planted from seeds. I have an orange plant, a lime plant. I have a pomegranate plant. What else do I have? Loads of lemon plants. I have a tangerine plant, avocado plant. So I have lots of plants. And I grow them from seeds. Right now, I got 2 aloe vera plants that has lots of roots. I just need to buy the dirt and just put them on in the dirt and get those started. You know, Glam? you know, the more plants you have, the more oxygen you have in your house. And we need that when we live in an apartment building. You need a lot of oxygen in an apartment building. That's what I believe. So yeah, girl, it's crafting day with me. Oh my God, look at the roof, Glam. Are you looking at that? That is the cutest damn roof. I don't care what nobody says. This is the cutest roof. Are you looking at that, girl? All right, I need to get 2 more. One for the church. And then I need to get this last one right here. Well, that live was lit last night, right, Glam? That live was lit, girl. I was right there, front row seat. Front row seat. All right, so. Now, these are going to be glued down. I'm just trying to see how they're looking. They're going to be glued down with the, What, you wasn't there? I thought I saw you in that live, girl. I'm talking about Blinky's live. Blinky's. You wasn't there? Were you in you was in Connie's though, right? Because I know I spoke to you. I thought I spoke to you, Glam. I thought I spoke to you in one of them lives. No, I came at the end of Connie's live. Yeah. I was definitely there at the end. I caught a little bit of it. Not much. But Blinky's, I was there for the whole duration. You did speak to me in Connie's live. Because I came late. Yeah, I thought I saw you. Yeah, but Blinky's live was lit, baby. It was lit over there. Oh, my God. Honey, it was lit. Okay? It was like firecrackers. You hear me? Firecrackers going off. It was lit over there. But I saw you. You said something in your live. They took it down. The live is not there anymore. They took it down. Oh my God, this little house is looking so freaking cute. I don't care what nobody says. It's looking really, really cute. If I can just get this part even. Yeah, it was lit, girl. God, dog it. Oh, God. But you know what? The only thing about doing those type of lives, they like to report you too much, you know? I don't like that. They just like to report. Like, you know. The other side just like to report you and get your stuff taken down. I don't like all that at all. All right, this house is looking good, baby. Ooh-wee. Get one more roof for the church. And then I got all my roofs, girl. This house is looking good, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, who want to go to church on the wood house? Who want to go to church and praise the Lord? Come on in God's house and praise the Lord. All right, so let me bend this down, make this even a little bit right here. And then we're going to have a church roof, baby. All right, I'm going to bend this over like this. Get it even. Bend that over like that. And let's see how the, oh, baby. Oh, sugar. We got us a church roof, guys. I ain't playing with it. Oh, yeah. See if I can get that one to stay up. Doesn't want to stay up like the other ones. But you know what? It's the church. It doesn't have to look like everything else, right? I can have a flat roof for the church, doggone it. Why not? Let me bend down like this here. Hold on. All right, so what I'm gonna do, guys, hold on one second. I'm gonna try these noodles because I'm so hyped to try these noodles, guys. You know, we're not gonna eat this mac and cheese today. We're gonna use it as crafts. So if you're hungry, you can't have any of it, okay? I'm using it for my craft. All right, so I'm gonna get this mac and cheese, which is cool. It has these small little noodles here. Look at that glam. Look how small that is. So I'm gonna try to make a little roof. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed with this glue, guys. I'm gonna get it popping, whopping, whopping over here. Okay, I'm gonna make a little roof. So what I'm gonna do is put a little glue on here and line this up across like this. Gonna do one line at a time because you know this glue, it dries very fast. And go ahead and make you a church roof, guys. Ain't nothing to do but to do the doggone thing. You can even have it stick out a little bit. Why not? So there you go. I'm going to try a second row. Just like that. Try to pick out the straightest macaroni if you can. All right, looking good. Looking good. Look at that. We're making a roof. What'd you say? I was mad I missed this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Glam. Girl, I'm trying. Because you got to use stuff by scratch, you know? It's not all the time when you do arts and crafts. You need to go to the store and buy all these different things. Look in your house. I'm sure you have stuff that you can just go ahead and create with, you know? It's not a big deal. Use what you got. See how it's going to come out at the end. So far, I'm liking what I see. Look at that. Look at that glam. Look, are you looking at this roof? Are you looking at the roof? Simple and easy, guys. Didn't know macaroni could do this, huh? You didn't know that, huh? Now you know. Look at that. Bam. I gotta see if I have any more glue sticks. Because I still need to use it to glue the other roofs down. Alright, so go across here again. Like that. Sasha, what are you doing, girl? Look at that. Bam. Let's see how it looks. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Oh, my God. That is such a cool look, guys. You don't understand what I'm saying. That is a cool look. Look at that. So I'm going to do the other side. Let me see if I have any more glue sticks before I go on with this project. Because if I don't have any more glue sticks, I'm going to be in trouble. Let me just check it out, guys. Make sure I have some more glue sticks available. Just hold your horses. Just make sure I have some more glue sticks. What the hell did I do with the glue sticks? Don't do it. Don't do it, Sasha. Don't you do it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright, I need to find some glue sticks. What is this? Art supplies. Alright, that's paints over there. I need to find some glue sticks. Alright, that's that. Alright, where are the glue sticks? Alright, let me see if there's some glue sticks in here. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for some glue sticks. I have to find them. Okay, they're not there. They're not there. Maybe they're here. Oh, shit. Okay, they're not there. Hold on, I got one more place I gotta look. Hopefully they're here. Ooh, I don't have any more glue sticks. I don't think I have any more glue sticks. Oh, I'm screwed. Damn. Babe, I ran out of glue sticks. I'm so mad. I don't have any more glue sticks. And I really need them. Oh my God. I thought I had a lot of glue sticks. I ran out of glue sticks. This is not a good situation. Glue sticks. All right. Oh my God, guys, I ran out of glue sticks. I'm in trouble. I'm in serious trouble right now. I ran out of glue sticks. Yes. Huh? Well, oh, where you saw her? Where you saw the cat? Where was she? I'm busy looking for glue sticks. I don't know. I do have a cat, though, so if you saw it, it was her. Her name is Sasha. She's a Russian blue. Yeah, that was my cat being nosy. Sasha's being nosy. All right, guys, I ran out of glue sticks, so I'm going to have to just, you know, glue this down with the little glue that I have. And hopefully, I have enough to do this little bit. I'm going to have to pick up some more tomorrow. All right, this is looking really cute. Okay. I'm digging what I'm seeing, guys. All right, put some over here. Okay. That's looking pretty good. All right, so we'll do the church. I don't have a lot of glue sticks left, guys, so I'm going to have to make it do what it do. I wish I can do this whole side real quick before I run out of glue, but I don't think it's going to happen. So what I'm going to have to do, I don't want to do half. I'm going to have to just make them all like this. I wanted the roof to be like this because it looks more presentable, but I only have this much glue stick left. I don't have any more. I thought I had a lot of them left, but I can't seem to find them. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this one, which I just did all that work. I'm just going to cut out another piece of cardboard and make the church's roof. That's what I'm going to do. I have no choice. I don't have any more glue. And this is not going to last much longer. So I'm just going to have to not do the roof with the mac and cheese right now. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue this on. And then we have our church's roof. Sasha, somebody saw you on live. What are you doing? Sasha. Sasha, what are you doing? All right, let me hold that a little bit. And then we'll have our church's roof, guys. Make sure that he's to the glue. You back, Glam? What you say? Oh, you got 3 cats? Are any of them Russian blue? You have any Russian blue cat? You know, those Russian blue cats are super smart. If no one ever told you, intelligent, intelligent, and intelligent. I read a lot up about those cats. They are smart. 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 You know, my cat, when I say my prayers at night. So I'm bending down, over my bed. I got my hands like this. I taught her to jump on my back while I'm saying my prayers and give me a little massage while I'm saying my prayers. And she does it. Every time I kneel down, she'll jump on my back and she'll start doing like this, massaging me while I'm kneeling down saying my prayers. They smart. You tell them to do something, they'll do it. They'll definitely do it. All right, Glam, this is looking so good, girl. I am so proud of this little project right here. I ain't gonna lie about it. Look, Tibby, I ain't gonna lie about it. Tibby's words. I ain't gonna lie about it, girl. I ain't gonna lie about it. This is looking really good. All right, so let's clean up a little bit. Get this mac and cheese out the way. Put this back in the box. This is just gonna be a project box. Not for cooking, but just for projects. So I'll put that over here, out the way. All right, put my needle nose pliers back over there. Clean up that mess, clean this up. So what I wanted to do, Glam, I wanted to make some grass. just to give it a little bit more definition and stuff, you know? But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm not lying about it. I'm thinking I should paint the roof, but then I like this natural look. What's going on here? I think it's looking pretty cool. I could put some grass like over here, just a little bit, using the green paint. Matter of fact, I think I will do that. Just put a little grass around the houses, just to give it a little definition. So I have my little paint here. So I'm going to go in, just put a little grass around the houses, just to give it a little bit more definition. And then I wanted to put some flowers around. Matter of fact, hold on. I got these little stones that I actually wanted to put around the church. Okay, hold on one second. Where is my paintbrush? Where's the one I was using? Find that small paintbrush I was using before. Where did it go? I got so much junk around here. Where is the paintbrush that I was using? Let me see if I find a similar one. I could use this one. Use this paintbrush right here. I'm going to clean it off a little bit. I'm going to make some grass. Alright, so I got my green paint right here, guys. I'm going to go around here and just make a little bit of grass. You know, make it more realistic. Put a little grass around the trees. Just make it a little bit more realistic, that's all. When you add a little bit of grass. Put it around the house. A little grass. Like a little pathway of grass. That's what I'm trying to achieve. A little pathway of grass. Come over here and do the same thing. A little pathway of grass. Then I'm going to add some stones. I found some stones in the park. So we're by the church. The church needs more grass. So we're going to put a little bit more grass around the church. So you got a little grass around your church. That is the waterfall. Over here, yeah, the church has the log has everything for living. You have grass, you have the trees, you have the houses, you have the church, you have the roof. Everything is falling in place the way I want it to. So I'm pleased with it so far. Okay, I think it's looking pretty cool so far, guys. So I'm going to do this end over here. A little grass over here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to paint the roofs with a red top. I think I like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's give it some definition. All right, while that's drying, I'm going to paint the roof. So I'm going to have the roof red. Because I have my door red, I want everything to pop. So we're going to do the red roof. Where's that one I had before? Let me see here. Okay, here it is. All right, so we're gonna go back in with our red and gonna have a red roof. All right, so wash off your brush a lot. Get that green off. And then we're going to go in with our red. Matter of fact, I might get a bigger brush for that. Because I think I need to. Alright, so I'm going to use this bigger brush right here. I'm going to paint the roof. Clean it off a lot. Get some of that other color out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig into my red. And give this roof a nice painting. How's that look? Got a nice red roof right there. So I'm going to do the other ones the same. All right, looking good. Okay, so I'm going to do the church. Everything is going to have a red roof. Everything is going to look the same. Okay, looks good. Looking good. Okay, put a little bit more here. All right, looking good. Looking good. Okay, bam. All right, now, with the church, let me see. Let's put a knob. Where is the marker? Where's my black marker? Oh, there you go. So let's put some knobs on these doors, guys. How are you going to get in without a doorknob? Gotta have a knob, right? Open them doors. You gotta have a knob. There you go. It's a knob to open those doors so you can come right on in through the red door. Let me look back and see how I like this. Oh yeah, this is looking really good. So now the last thing I'm going to do, guys, I have some rocks, and I also have some of this greenery too. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but something might pop in my mind if I could find it. Where is that stuff? That's not it. What do I do with it? Hold on, I'm trying to find some greenery. What'd I do with it? Here it is. Okay, found it. Okay, so I have a little greenery that I could possibly put on here as well. You can smell that. Smells good. Maybe I can put this in between the houses. Let me see how that looks. Alright, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let's put this in between the houses. See how we do. Hold on one second. Alright, got a little piece there. Now let's see, let's find another piece. That kind of flares out like that one. I kind of like the way that looks. Kind of like the way that looks. Alright, this is going to go somewhere over here. Oh yeah, that looks more realistic. See if I, if I can find another flat piece to go in between the church. I kind of broke a piece. I broke it off. I don't know. All right, so now I wanted to put these little branches around in between the houses, give it a realistic look. So I'm gonna add some rocks to go around these little branches here. Give it a little bit more type of look going on here. So I have these rocks, so I'm gonna put them around the tree. If I have a little bit more, so put that little stone there. This little stone over here. Then I have a stone over here. Put little stones around the tree. Just give it a little bit more realistic look. A few more stones around the house. On the edge over here by the tree. Put a little stone right there by the tree. It's giving it a more realistic look, guys. That's what I'm doing. Where else can I put this stone? I guess on the side over here. right, I'm liking the way this look. I like it, guys. I like my log treehouse. I don't know if y'all like it. I love it. You took something from nature. All this is from nature except the cardboard. And you made something unique out of it. You made an art piece. You just have to use your imagination, guys. That's all you have to do. And make something happen. Do it with your kids. Your kids will love a project like this because they took something from the outside and made something beautiful out of it. So, guys, I think I'm done with this. Let me just take a quick peek because I need to look over my work and see if I'm satisfied with what I have done. If I had not ran out of glue, I would have made the roof with the macaroni and cheese noodles. But I ran out of stuff. But I like what I see. I love this. I actually love this little project. Babe, come take a peek. Put a little stone here. Little stone right there. And that's all she wrote. Alright, I think I'm done with my project, guys. I think I'm done. Let me look back and look at it. See how it's turning out. Oh, yeah. Look, this looks really good. Alright, let me unplug this thing here. And take a video, guys. And let you guys see what I've done. Put this paint over here. Alright, let me move all this stuff out the way and let you see the grand finale. I put this over here out the way. Alright, where's my glasses? Okay, guys, here it is. This is taking nothing. This was nothing, and I made something out of it. This is the tree house, the tree log that I made with a big old log from outside. Took some acorns, made trees. Okay, took some rocks, made a waterfall, a water river. Just use your imagination, guys. Put some rocks around it. Put a roof over the houses. I think it came out really, really good. I think my project came out really, really, really good. What you guys think? And there it goes. Just use your imagination, guys. But I want to thank you guys for coming on with me with this project. I know it took a while, you know, but it's okay. Look how nice it came out. Look, I'm hanging this in my living room. I am so proud of it. Because you take nothing and make something out of it. Look, this is proud enough to hang in my living room on the mantle. And that's exactly where it's going. And there you go, guys. Now I'm going to do a quick video, put it on the social media. So, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you for hanging in there. Everyone have a nice Saturday. And get creative. It makes the mind feel good, your body, soul, and your spirit. And teach your kids to use recycled things to make something magnificent out of it so they can be proud of. Talk to you later. Peace out.